Welcome back to DPSN. I'm here today once again with another top 10 list. Today, it's all about the tight ends. These are my top 10 tight ends going into the 2021 NFL season. Let's get started. Number 10, Mike Gesicki. Despite Tua not having the best season, Gesicki had quite a good one for a tight end. He was 4th in the league when it came to receiving yards for a tight end and was top 10 in touchdown receptions as well. Gesicki really does have great hands. Last season, there were a few times where he would make unbelievable one-handed catches or heavy catches in traffic that would just wow me. Now, with Tua being in his second season, hopefully progressing, I expect Gesicki to have another good season. Number 9, Hunter Henry. I love the fit for Henry in New England. The Patriots of course love to use the tight end, as we saw for years and years with Rob Gronkowski, and now they have their best tight end since him with Hunter Henry. Last year, Henry had the most receptions he has ever had in his 4-year career, and this year, I believe he's in line to repeat that performance or even move past that total. To me, it doesn't matter which quarterback is throwing him the ball, because we know Cam likes his tight ends, as we saw with Greg Olsen, and if it's Mac Jones, that's fine too, because rookie quarterbacks need that big safety blanket with strong hands, and that is exactly what Henry can be for him. Henry will be a huge part of the new Patriots offense, and I wouldn't be shocked if he has the best year of his career. Number 8, Robert Tonyan. Big Bob, now entering into his 4th season with the Packers, should be great. Last year, he did not have insane yardage totals, but he did have 11 touchdown receptions, which was tied for the most among tight ends. Tonyan is a big-time red zone threat that is just scratching the surface of his full potential. He is a guy who has Aaron Rodgers' trust, which means he will throw the ball your way quite a few times. When Rodgers threw the ball Tonyan's way last year, he was extremely efficient. He was targeted 59 times and had 52 receptions. That's right, only 7 passes were not caught when he was targeted, which means he's probably doing something right and definitely deserves a spot on my top 10 list. Number 7, Logan Thomas. Thomas had quite the consistent year last year, but really showed glimpses of being a top 10 tight end towards the end of that season. He's a big part of what the football team does on offense, and now with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback, I think Thomas's stats will increase significantly. Thomas is a big guy that can move and catch, and honestly, take over some games. Last year, we saw him take over in about 3 games, and this year, I would not be shocked if he did it more often. The pairing of him and Fitzpatrick will work out very well, and he will show everyone just how good he can be this upcoming season. Number 6, Mark Andrews. In 2019, Andrews was absolutely phenomenal. Then last year, he regressed a tad bit. The scariest part is he's only going into his 4th season, so he can absolutely get back to that 2019 form, and even maybe better. I do believe that he will look more like his 2019 self this year, and have a great bounce back year, with Lamar throwing the ball his way a lot. Like Tonyan, Andrews has not reached his prime yet, and could be very dangerous when he does get to that point. Number 5, Kyle Pitts. He's just a beast. He is 6'6", 245 pounds, and can go up and come down with every pass thrown his way. I know he's just a rookie and we haven't seen him play in the NFL yet, but he's going to come out and be great. Rookie tight ends tend to struggle in their first season, but I'm not worried about that with Pitts. He's the clear number 2 option for the Atlanta Falcons, and they have a lot of targets to pass around after the departure of Julio Jones. I look for Pitts to have well over 80 targets this year and well over 6 touchdowns, and I think he will have a great season, which is why he's at my number 5 spot. Number 4, TJ Hockenson. Last season, he showed much improvement compared to his rookie season. He had 101 targets and was able to catch 67 of those for 723 yards and 6 touchdowns. So, nothing insane, but I think this year, all of those numbers could go up, especially those targets. The Lions have literally no receivers. Hockenson should be receiving the bulk of the targets on offense. I believe this will be Hockenson's best season by far, and maybe his first season with over 1,000 receiving yards. The insane amount of work I know he's going to get makes me put him this high on my list. Number 3, Darren Waller. This past year was a career year for Waller, as he had career highs in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. His 107 receptions led all tight ends and was 4th in the entire league. He is the best player on his team and is the number 1 option for the Raiders on every play. He's too big for corners to guard him and too fast for linebackers. He's just a matchup nightmare and will probably become the second best tight end in football by the end of this season. Number 2, George Kittle. This is the most well-rounded tight end in football. He's a dominant run blocker, great receiver, insanely physical, and impossible to tackle. Last year was disappointing for him because of all the injuries he had to deal with, but this upcoming season, Kittle and either Lance or Garoppolo will be special once again. The competition between Kittle and Waller for the title of second best tight end in football is going to be very fun to see this upcoming year. But the man at number 1 has that spot locked up, and he has been in that spot for about 4 years now. And number 1, Travis Kelce. He is the number 1 tight end in the NFL, and it's really not that close. The man had 1,416 receiving yards, which was second most in the entire NFL last season. He also had 11 touchdowns, which was tied for most by a tight end. And the best part is, he didn't even play in every game. His connection with Patrick Mahomes is unbelievable, and we all know that offense is not going to fall off this year. He finds a soft spot in every defense, and Mahomes and him just pick opposing defenses apart. As long as Kelce is suiting up on Sundays, he is the best tight end in football. Thank you for watching. I'm Dylan Oliver, and I will see you next time.